box. What?
I said just put my whole butt in the camera. Turn this bad boy.
I'm gonna go back and spin it around.
Yeah, we did.
Spin it in here.
Like that.
So we can try that. Just careful on your edge over there.
Yeah.
See this before. Okay, 1 sec.
Push it.
Hooks up to the walls right here. Neat. So here is the unveiling of the new laser behind me. You're getting a first look with me. I haven't taken this off quite yet. Cut the tape, and so now we're gonna lift the cover off. See what this bad boy looks like. So this is the first look at the Monport 130 watt, a massive machine. It'll get pushed against the wall a little bit more, but wow, this thing is very large. Very nice. Looks like it came packaged pretty well. We'll start unpacking stuff and see how this all works out, but first glance it looks pretty good. Start taking off this film cover on the top as well as the front. I believe what I'm gonna have to do is probably take most of these nuts and bolts loose around the cover to get full access to get this plastic covering off. It's on the back side too, so the actual covering is on the front. There are a couple nicks that we'll see if they end up in some scratches or not in the glass. Not the glass, but the acrylic, as I imagine what this material is. Had a little bit of a thing here, so we'll see what that looks like underneath. But overall, I don't see any other damage to the machine, so it's looking pretty good. All right, so I dug around in my toolbox and found that a 7mm socket should do a good job of taking these off. So 7mm socket is what you're going to need to take this off to get this film cover completely off, which I would recommend doing. So I'm going to do that quick and I'll be back. All right, so we got the big cover off the big window. So now you can see that we can see through the laser. It's all finger tight right now, so we gotta snug it up a little bit. When we do snug it up, we'll have to be careful. We'll not use the drill because we don't want to over tighten and crack the acrylic. But what we did is I loosened the top bolts first all the way around here and stopped, and then I peeled away the layer down about halfway, put all those bolts back, took the bottom bolts out so it was loose, and got the rest of it out. So that way I didn't have to take out the entire panel. It could all stay in there. I just loosened the top, loosened the bottom, peel it off, put everything back on as we went. So that made it pretty easy. Since we do have a smaller shop, we wouldn't have had a good place to put this acrylic. So that worked pretty well. So the cover's all off. We're gonna leave the front one on unless it gets all beaten up eventually, but we're never gonna be looking through this window, so we're not gonna go through the process of taking that off unless we need to. Most of the time we're gonna be looking down on the laser, so that is the decision we made. The next thing I'm double checking as I get ready to turn on the laser is there are these little white bags on each mirror that need to be taken off. And then for us, there was some tape all along the top of this laser tube, and I assumed that was there to keep the laser tube still during shipping. So we took all that off, took the first little white bag off mirror 1. I'm gonna do that for mirror 2 and mirror 3, and probably look at starting this up. And if you're new to these doors, you pull out and turn. This will get you access to mirror 2 to take off the bag, which I've already done. So the last one I have is mirror 3 to take off. All of the bags are off all of the mirrors, 1, 2, and 3. There was also a zip tie around here that needed to be cut off, and that held the keys and some other accessories. Next, I'm going to be pulling off this clear layer that sits on this axis, and then I will start taking off the plastic off the honeycomb bed. Alright, so I got the clear plastic layer off that rail, and then very awkwardly got all the plastic off of the honeycomb bed. Pro tip that I just realized that you should probably know about too is you need to drop the door, and this can slide straight out. I was trying to like pick it up, and it gets stuck on these guys here, so you gotta get it on this ledge and pull it straight out. That'll make it quite a bit easier.